dari Kinabalu Podcast ingin mengucapkan Kotobian Tadau Tagayo do Kamatan.
Podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Naim Shauki, the celebrity physiotherapist. Beliau akan berada di Sabah selama 2 hari pada Julai nanti untuk mempromosikan sesi terapi beliau yang akan kita umum soon.
Ya, untuk mengetahui bila dan di mana, follow socials Naim Shauki di seluruh media sosial beliau, termasuk TikTok dan Instagram atau WhatsApp terus 0111 544 7006 0111 544 7006.
Ya, Pakis. Hoi.
Break it down. Let me take the lead, taking all the beat, full to smooth flow. You make it complete, feeling me so deep, no more sorrow. Kalau tu pinai, kalau rumah mai, pisau burung ngawi. Ada merogi, pasal mati, kau pasangan ngawi. Dari kena, jangan lima, tak ada kebetulan, rumah mai ngawi bayi.
Selamat kembali ke podcast Keamatan nombor 1 di Sabah. Saya Ricardo.
Saya Kenny.
Kotobian Tadau Tagayo do Kamatan. Kalau dusun cakap Tagayo, kalau orang Kadazan cakap Tagazo.
Oh, pandai ya. Dari mana kau belajar tuh?
Mestilah. Orang dusun ni, my dad is dusun, my mom is rungus. Dungus.
Hingus.
Ai?
Kalau Hindu dengan dusun.
Oh, Hindu dengan dusun. Tapi ada lagi yang bagus.
Apa?
Bugis yang bersuluk. Tapi itulah, kita dah beli resis di sini kan. Well, this is a fun kan. You guys jangan ambil jangan ambil lebih-lebih pula. This is just for fun. Biasalah tu. Ada lucu-lucu begitu.
Ada lagi kata.
Apa jawapan dia tadi? Bugis yang bersuluk apa?
Tidak berani saya sebut tak.
Apalah, saya pun tak tahu.
Busul. Well, anyway, just for fun of it, saya pun kasih gabung je saya punya dusun sama rumus tadi kan, kan. So, okay, we are fair. Well, we are still with Velvet by the way.
Yes.
Di third party, I want to talk about your latest album. Out of nowhere, tiba-tiba kau keluar full album English. Yang kau bukan launch di Sabah lagi tu, kurang asam. Dia pergi launch di KL.
Ya.
Because I was contacted by Lester. I said you do a cover on this one and all, because we were inviting you to KL and everything. Tapi we cannot make it, but we do a copywriting juga, we do a posting and all. And dia di KL.
Kenapa bukan di sini?
No, jangan dulu yang launching.
Okay.
That album went on like 14 lagu atau 15 lagu. So 14 lagu kan.
That is a lot. Wow.
Ya, yang orang release
on.
Yang Jack release lagu dia kan satu lagu, 2 lagu, 3 lagu, 4 lagu, dia kasih keluar 14 lagu. And it's all in English. What is in your mind, Velvet?
I think kan, like I said earlier, I love writing. I mean, bukanlah saya bilang saya suka yang saya pandai menulis. Saya menulis benda-benda yang saya suka lah.
Okay.
I like to be expressive dalam in my
writings.
buku gitu.
Okay.
So I think at that time kan when kau tanya saya macam what's going on my mind kan, I just feel like I think it's about time that I come out with something that I like to do begitu, and
in English.
Yes, because I think kan I grew up listening to English songs bah. Saya rasa kita semua mungkin macam
the era of that era.
Yang time kita zaman kita ni kan, kita membesar dengan lagu-lagu English paling banyak.
Beled, balada semua.
Saya dengar apa abang saya dengar. Gitu. Jadi bila saya nampakkan macam bahasa orang pakai sangat cantik, and I feel like it's relatable, and macam time saya membesar pun pinampang kan. Kau bilang like I don't like badis. So I mean,
embrace it lah kira terus.
I think I
already.
I am comfortable lah. Kalau menulis dalam bahasa
more than
English. Iya, sebab macam kalau Malay mungkin kalau saya tulis macam cringe
okay.
Okay.
Understand.
This is the type of word yang saya mungkin tidak mau pakai.
Janggal lah begini nih.
Iya. sebab mungkin saya rasa kita membesar dengan mendengar banyak lagu English juga ya. Dan kita punya percakapan harian pun bukanlah bilang English yang bagus sangat pun, tapi lagi
macam
banyak
English related.
Ya, ya begitu.
But you eat already. Gitu.
But I do believe I do believe I share the same orang bilang journey, because kau pun sama kan. Kita kebanyakan kita punya influence is like listening to English song.
Yeah.
Even it's a local tapi macam OAG, you know,
Yeah.
Juliet the Orange during the time kan.
Oh, banyak way.
yang local tapi English song macam Too Fat and all kan.
Yeah.
So macam I think I can relate to that. But why is it like 14 songs and most of your songs kan? Macam saya cakap apa? Deep. Macam
Deep.
adakah itu berlaku yang kau rasa?
From a guy's point of view, apa yang kamu rasa? Begitu.
Kami rasa macam itu something yang kau simpan di hati
Mesti
kau.
kamu analyze tu kan betul-betul.
Ya.
So I think kan actually kan when I wanted to come out with an album,
Okay.
saya macam anu juga tahu, because okay, I work, my sister is my manager ba.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So everything that yang saya mau buat, I mean of course I have to like discuss with her lah the things that we plan to do
Okay.
gitu. So every year of course there are things that you want to do, you have to complete kasi siap. So this English album came out as something that is very impulsive.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then at that time macam I think I am more confident in my writings because I've written macam a few songs sudah kan.
Okay.
So actually dalam ni album ini it's something that I keep.
Okay.
Benda-benda yang saya rasakan, it's something that is so hard to express, especially women who's
Okay.
like dalam lingkungan umur saya tau.
Okay.
Okay, we couldn't find like the exact words to express our kesedihan, you know, what's inside us, the things that we see around us, begitu.
Okay.
So bila menulis tu kan, saya baca lah balik. Saya kasih tahu lah si pian adik saya. Wih, kalau anak-anak saya baca nih bila orang dengar nih lagu kan, mesti dia orang tanya-tanya, because the kids mula-mula dia tak siang, what's going on with mama? Begitu.
Oh,
okay?
alamak.
So I asked her, should we come out with pseudonym kah?
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
the reason is sebab I just don't want, probably I don't want people to see that side of my writing sekali. Saya mau jadi orang lain konon lah begitu.
Oh, okay.
Ya. So bila sudah begitu, terus pikir balik kan, macam hassle loh, kamu tukar lagi nama kau, macam
Yeah.
you have to register a new name to kasih upload your songs digitally, macam it's gonna be banyak kerja.
Yeah.
Jadi saya bilang, pedulilah aku keluar je bah, pakai
Okay.
nama aku bila lagi
Yeah.
katasi sajalah kalau,
Yeah,
I mean if people want to question pun like,
Jawab saja
like
lah.
apa juga nih
Yeah,
kan, you know, like it's not that,
Yeah.
it's something that is yang I think everyone in this di mana-mana orang melalui, but they just don't know.
They don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to tell, or
They just
they
keep it themselves maybe.
yeah, something that keep inside. Tapi I think kan dalam ni album I worked so hard on it nih, macam semua tu lagu-lagu I put my everything lah with the limited resources yang saya ada pada waktu itu.
I see.
Dan keluarlah What Are You Doing With Someone Else's Husband.
Jahat kamu awal sudah kamu nikah.
What is that, Velvet?
Well, okay. We live. Okay.
Sekejap.
Coba.
Ini yang direct punya anu lah.
Kamu taruh satu lie detector.
No.
Poking fun
Okay.
on penyondol lah kan.
Ya, okay, kejap.
Coba.
Ini as a konon-konon I don't know Velvet. We as a real audience yang betul-betul saying whatever we listen to the song, yang kita dengar lah, we heard kan. Saya rasa di hati dia ni mungkin ada orang menyondol si Rich probably, and then kau buat lagu untuk dia. Macam
Jaga
Boleh jadi
jaga
juga.
kau.
Siapa?
Oh, okay. Siapa tu? Well, anyway. Okay.
Okay. Jadi itu time this song.
Kita tengok si Velvet berpeluang dah boleh jawab ni.
Jadi apa soalan dia?
Okay. Soalannya, adakah begitu?
No lah kan.
Okay. dalam ni era,
Okay.
we live in an era
Okay.
yang saya rasa zaman kita dulu dia sangat tertutup tau. Semua ni infidelity, curang-curang ni dia tidak kena normalize. So contoh kau curang lah, jadi orang akan nampak macam si Kado ni jahanam gitu bang.
Okay. Alright.
Kayak dulu. Tapi sekarang zaman-zaman yang baru ni saya rasa benda-benda seperti ini dia akan normalize. It's okay to actually do it. And dalam masa yang sama,
Which is wrong lah. You mean
it
which is wrong?
it is wrong
it is
lah,
wrong.
Pak. You don't just
Betul.
go to people's hubungan lah,
Okay.
girlfriend, boyfriend ke apa. I mean girlfriend, boleh kali ya.
Okay. Ini apa lagi husband orang?
Kan? So people normalize all these things and they feel like it's okay, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, yang kena dia punya tempias is orang yang tersakiti itu, they just don't know. They go crazy, man. You know, you go through a phase where they probably macam don't even know themselves.
Yeah.
Begitu.
Macam they don't care sudah.
Ya.
Ruhainis kah?
Mana?
What?
Yang mana?
Sebut-sebut
Oh
nama.
itu. Ini lama sudah pula lagu tu keluar.
Oh
okay?
lama.
But I think kan there was like you know a lot of things tu macam that masa tu yang
Okay.
banyak cerita pasal itu.
Ya, ya. Macam-macam lagi tu cerita dia tu di
Yeah.
social media semua tu kan. Ya.
Yeah.
So people feel like it's normalized.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel, don't you think so?
I think so as well.
Yeah,
So
macam it's okay to do all those things.
alah, laki dia alah begitu.
Alah,
Memang
biasa
gitulah
aja
itu.
selalu saya
Biasa
nampak
itu.
juga sana jonggongan tu gitu. Bodoh gitu.
Kau dah tahu?
I think yeah. So it's like the message is like that. You want to say you want to tell the narrative like actually
It's wrong.
normalizing these wrongdoings is actually wrong gitulah.
Yeah, and then kan contoh lah kalau perempuan yang tersakiti kan, and then you know.
Itu ayat Melayu yang bagus tadi tu.
Ya betul. Kalau perempuan yang tersakiti kan, bila dorang kena sakit oleh lelaki ni kan, mana-mana drama kau tengok lah kan, mesti dia macam rasa useless yang.
Ya. Stereotypical betul
Tapi
lah.
masih juga mau.
Ya, so macam girl, jangan jadi bodoh. You know, you're way better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, no man can put you
Ya,
down.
sekali dia yang pergi sondol tu lagi.
Begitu.
Ya.
So it's
Aduh.
like,
Twist.
you know, it's like that lah.
How the table turns.
But Ken, if I'm not good enough for you pula lagi keluar.
Kan?
What is going on in her mind? Tapi by the way, hari tu we got event kan. Si Velvet datang orang saya jadi MC that time.
Ya
So
Allah.
saya tahu Velvet pasal because dorang mau kasi surprise bah. Even kau punya nama pun di dalam saya punya script was VA. Saya pun tak tahu, tapi at the end masa briefing right before it, dorang cakap it's Velvet. Oh, Velvet ada. Saya ada session sama dia, today lah. Terus saya kasih bilang saja, I didn't text you or what. Then tiba-tiba aku datang, hey, jumpa kita ni. Then saya bilang, this is gonna be the first time I listen to her song performing yang live, yang in front of my eyes. So I hope saya berharap yang dia akan nyanyi dia punya yang latest album,
Latest song,
which
yeah.
is dia 3 album dia memang dia nyanyi yang lagu English je lah. So saya dengar yang first wow. Terus kami sama Abang Azwat was sitting down was like, because we like to analyze lah, because you know a music.
Judgmental.
I am as a
Music people.
music student,
Critics.
as a music student kita we listen to we are so anal on this lah. So bila orang bilang lagu dia yang ini yang if I'm not good enough for you dia kan, saya terus macam fuck, saya bilang this song is good because it's very international. All of the songs actually very international.
Betul.
And I say it's a very good song. Then saya bilang, tapi dia tinggi saya nak tahu apa tajuk ni, macam mana saya mau cari ni, saya bilang kan. So I go to Spotify lah. So kami tu sama Abang Azwat looking at Spotify.
Kau
Like,
tidak Shazam dia.
lain dia music sana tu kena main live kan. So I think I'm better than that than Shazam. So of course I can just go to Spotify and
You are Shazam.
then I have to listen to one by one, so I know which songs. I hope I didn't tidak salah on the melody. So I go, this is a song from yang the third one if I'm mistaken. That was a very good song. So dia bilang si Velvet masa di atas pentas. Dia bilang si Velvet ini lagu I think macam banyak yang boleh relate. Dia bilang begini mungkin tapi ada rasa macam orang dah berapa bagus. Kau sudah buat yang terbaik tapi dia masih lagi nampak kau tidak buat yang seperti begitu yang dia kasih explain lah.
Wow.
And isn't that the reality? I mean bukan saja untuk perempuan pun, lelaki pun kan kalau contoh kau cakap sama bini kau, apa lagi yang kau mau ni? Saya sudah bagi kau semua and you're still not so happy with me, begitu?
Is it like macam it happened to you what?
I think kan, of course. Mustahil tak jadi sama kau. Kenapa bilang?
Aduh.
Itulah kau suka sangat tu lagu kan?
Bodoh.
No. I mean because of the explanation, betul. It's because of the explanation. You feel like macam okay, you would love to know, but to be frank like this Ken, let me just tell you this story. Not sorry. In every Taylor Swift lah, for example. Kau tengok lagu dia, kan? So okay, itu basically happened to her. We don't know, kan? But let's just talk about other people for example Neo songs and everything, you know. So bagi saya macam you write the song yang people can relate. It doesn't have to be happen to you juga, kan? It doesn't mean itu. So bagi saya as a musician, as a singer-songwriter, you yourself as a singer-songwriter, you have to write something yang relatable to other people. Bukan follow apa yang dorang mau, tapi something yang relatable. And for me, that song is one of the.
Kau suka?
I like that song very much. The melody.
Apa yang kau rasa bila kau dengar tu lagu?
Okay, I'm the person who listen to melody first. I don't care about the. No, don't care. I don't listen to the. I don't give.
Paham?
Yeah. I go into melody.
Ada yang akan dengar gitar dia bunyi macam dulu kan?
Ya, macam itu. Tapi I'm into melody. I'm so anal with melody because that's why macam Indonesian music is so fine, so good kan. Padahal dia punya lirik macam tak berapa sangat. Tapi the melody is so good. So sampai orang boleh sangat kayak. So I like the melody for myself. It's very international. So saya tengok macam kau ni very type of macam your writing is like very the typical singer songwriting yang made it. In US, if you're like this, in US they do tours sudah. They go tour to the you know the state by state. No, I'm serious. You go state by state because this is how they made it. They go tour. They don't just a bar ataupun just a simple setup. Lepas tu maybe 50 people capacity, but they move around. Because of that, they don't start viral. That is the culture there. Singer songwriter do that.
Pasar ba di sana?
One of the places out of like macam 50 states out of that, boom, satu orang ada producer is sitting down there and looking for somebody. And then dia tu sign kau.
He found gold. Then for me pula, I go for the lyrics and the lyrics got me.
Which song?
Itulah the very first one. It's stupid lah, but what are you doing with someone else's husband? Itu satu. And then Darkest Night and Just a Fool lah.
Okay.
So tu saya, ni bukan Sabahan ini. Ini macam dari UK begitu.
Very international.
Especially with What Are You Doing. I mean, that song kan. Saya teringat Adele. Saya tak tahu macam mana. Especially the song Love in the Dark. Macam saya teringat begitu.
Kan? Macam Adele kan?
Kau dengar kan saya di balcony tadi tu. Saya terus buka lagu Adele. Saya kasih compare kunun. Betul lah, Adele by ni. Adele Sabahan lah.
Dia macam Adele pun macam itu. Dia express themselves. And dia try to kasih relate sama orang dia. Dan apa yang dia tulis, apa yang berlaku sama dia. Si Adele kan.
Balik cakap apa yang berlaku sama dia. Kamu saya cakap kan?
No lah. Tapi kalau
kalau M-Star pick up ni okay juga.
Bodoh.
Tapi dalam semua tu lagu mustahil it never happened to me bahkan juga. Kan of course. Dan kalau dalam ni at this age saya rasa saya lagi berani untuk mau menulis benda-benda yang
lebih mature,
dalam dari segi kepunya
heartfelt.
Ya betul. And then you know you have to really feel it when you write begitu. So I read books tapi tidaklah macam baca sangat. And I watch movies begitu. Tapi saya jenis orang saya suka ni. Kalau saya tengok movie, I don't like to watch gory punya movie yang ada
okay.
Sebab
Mad Max shit.
Dia punya image tu kan dia melekat di otak kau.
Sampai termimpi ke itu?
Termimpi. Sampai berhari-hari kau boleh bawa itu benda ketakutan. So I don't like. I feel so much ni.
Kau sangat deeply attached lah.
Yes, so contoh kalau kau tengok Korea punya movie, so kau tengok Goblin tau.
Goblin.
Sebab si Gong Yoo handsome. Iya. Jadi, you know when I watch that kan,
Okay.
felt it begitu. So I'm that type of person lah. So when I wrote this album pun kan, you know, saya tahu, Mbak. Sedangkan kan kau tulis album English di Malaysia dia tidak akan jalan pun, Mbak. Kan, apalagi di Sabah. Kan. So I'm like, why am I wasting my energy, my money untuk buat benda yang will not bagi return sama kau. Sebab lagu-lagu yang saya pernah buat pun bukan tidak return sangat pun, okay?
Betul ke?
Betul, not all, okay? Orang maybe they call you for shows and yang lagu-lagu they want you to listen is dia mau dengar adalah Semenak Sabah, begitu kan? So I just want to write something that is really me lah, and I think I've reached macam umur saya ni kan a certain point kan in my life yang you know I'm just
I had enough.
I'm just like, you know, I just wanna have fun when I write. I want this my writings to be something that I like, I enjoy doing. It's not about writing pasal benda-benda yang yang kau tidak boleh relate to lah. And I think we all, especially women, we relate to heartbreaks. Sangat.
Betul. Yeah, and the stresses of life juga lah kan.
Yeah, man.
Ya, daripada macam I guess you want to break from the circle of daripada kau selalu buat lagu tradisi saja. Why not I do something that I really want?
Yeah,
gitu kan?
I just feel like it macam bila I do all this, lagu Sabah lah kita panggil lah rentak-rentak orang kita ni kan. It's starting to feel macam dia sama. Begitu.
I see.
Cringy.
Dia
cringy ya?
Ada maybe not cringe, but everyone, sebab kita punya music punya kecil je kan.
The circle kan.
Macam itu saja ya.
Pusing dia bunyi dia serupa.
Sama. Melody dan lirik saja. Delivery saja different.
But I bet we want to make it. Memang it's good to have all those things tau juga.
Definitely.
It's like the culture. Culture
And
juga.
then I just feel macam personally lah, I just want to take a break from
that
writing those macam saya yang rasa kering sudah otak saya.
I think it's like this lah. Because you do this because what I can see from Darkest Night ni, it's like kau mau express diri kau. You want to self-express
as a woman.
As I think kau pun been writing for so long, and I do believe ni daripada writing kau yang lama juga probably, and in a sense of orang bilang marketing wise and everything, don't you think macam 14 lagu terlampau banyak ataupun macam saya satu kali saya mau kerja ni, I don't think I can do lagi another album, so saya keluar 14 for I don't know, but what do you think in marketing wise? Because usually this big singer songwriter they'll do this, they'll do yang macam snippet satu lagu aja,
single dan boom.
So jimat, I mean it doesn't kasih kuyak ko punya pocket batu
kan.
And I am not under any label. It's semua apa yang sebab
own label.
Sendirian berat bah. So it's not easy.
Red Velvet Entertainment lah kan.
Production ni kan mahal bah kan. You've been here in apa juga. Jadi I gave myself 1 year to complete this album.
Wow.
Sebab I was in the moment. Saya bilang if I don't finish, saya start in January. Saya bilang kalau saya tidak habis within macam December.
This is last year.
Kalau saya bring forward itu album pergi next year, dia jadi hangat-hangat tai ayam sudah. Kata tadi macam nantilah.
Procrastinate kan.
So I think last year I really worked hard for this, and like I said, resources were so limited. Maksudnya, you know, I couldn't afford to pay a producer to work with me.
Di mana kau record ni lagu kau?
Terkejut kan ni, I recorded it at home.
Oh, serious?
And also in my office lah, di kopi-kopi like. I will bring my
mobile setup.
To do it because I feel comfortable doing it here. Bila di rumah aku masih jadi mama bah. So I spend like I think most of my time here and di rumah juga. while finishing this one.
Who did the mixing?
I have like
You sent to KL or something?
Yeah, I work with JD and also
JD,
Matt.
okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
two
alright.
guys lah.
Okay.
But then
The mastering, hold on, the mastering?
mastering pun dorang juga buat.
Okay.
So lepas tu bila saya buat ni, okay lah. Buat album ni dia bukan 1-2 ribu.
Yeah.
So,
Mahal.
where am I gonna get all these things? Like how am I gonna you know kasih siap ni?
Yeah.
Because bila kira-kira plus mixing and all, it's like costly lah juga.
Duit pocket
So,
lagi tu.
of course I cannot work with macam producers. I cannot work with orang-orang yang anulah yang kau mau bekerja lah. But then I'm so grateful to have these two guys sama-sama saya, which is my bassist and also my pianist juga. His name is Brandon, the guy yang isu hari tu, and also Andy. So saya bilang, guys, budu-budu ni. You know kan, saya ada English album back. Tapi are you guys on kah kalau if we were to kasih complete it by December? Saya bilang
On derang.
mesti siap by December, because saya kasih tahu alasan saya. But I don't know if you all on kah tidak, saya bilang. Then dia bilang, bah kita kasih on.
Let's go.
So it was like, it's just kira macam the three of us lah working on the song to kasih siap begitu. But I came out with a demo saja dulu. Okay, usually how I write my songs is,
Do you play any instrument? Do you play piano?
mana ada yang mati.
So how you do a demo? Vocal saja?
Piano saya boleh main C saja. Kalau di keyboard I transpose.
Okay.
So I have this dari dulu lah saya belajar dari iPad GarageBand. I started with GarageBand up until today.
Alright.
Okay.
So what I do is
GarageBand is good. Yeah.
it is lah. Saya buat basic lah. I recorded my vocal di phone and I do the demo lah begitu kan. So when I'm done with the demo, then I'll gather the guys with me, kasih
And listen,
dengar.
and then
Okay, I want the guitar to be like this. Okay, try. I will also give them macam freedom to do like, okay, kalau kau, how do you see yourself playing the guitar in this one?
see.
Saya rasa I want it to be this way.
Okay.
I want an emphasis on the piano,
Okay.
begitu.
Why?
Begitulah, but macam with them I just feel macam sebab diorang ni orang-orang music. Diorang graduate you know, memang sekolah music lah. Saya yang no school lang.
Alah, bukan.
So it was, dia penat dari segi mental juga, because I had to learn how to, you know, kasih bounce the song all in track begitu to send it for mix. It's like basically
You have to
yes, I
send
have.
to KL.
Thank God I have all these guys, but I still have to do everything macam yang the benar-benar
Ichi-bichi
sendiri.
Small things,
So it's memang DIY sangat.
It came out great. It came out successful.
So dia kira macam homemade.
Well, everybody do di rumah sekarang lah. Everybody do it at home now.
Yeah, man.
As long they sounded good at the end. For me, bagi saya, it's good enough. Dia orang bukan tanya kau buat di mana pun.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you recorded at home or di
I
mana.
recorded at home and
It didn't sound like
I
that.
spent a lot of time doing the backing vocals because I love doing backing vocals. Saya suka betul kasih harmonize dia semua. So I really enjoy doing it. Dalam masa yang sama, I was also running on a macam ada deadline kan, so I had to like complete it.
But why 14 songs? That's too many, don't you think so?
Well, I mean, if you were to bahagi the song and put it like in macam yang
dua kali produce?
macam saya rasa
Satu kali lah.
dia gantung macam, and then you don't, kau tidak akan tahu bila kau boleh kasih siap yang part tu. Jadi might as well alang-alang kan, sebab kan kalau saya suka dengar satu full album sebab it's like a storybook bah.
Okay.
Kan dia macam
I see.
cerita.
Back to old school dulu begitu banyak lah. 17 lagu last time back to.
Kan tape like side A side B macam gitu kan. It feels like that.
Jadi saya rasa dia macam buku begitu. So I want it to be like a storybook bila orang baca. So tapi bila saya buat ni kan, kata dalam otak saya memang saya bilang, you know, I don't know who will be able to relate to this type of music, this type of song because it's something that they've never seen from me. But ini adalah saya rasa gabungan music yang saya memang dengar dari saya kecil sampai saya besar. Ya, so saya buat memang untuk yang syok sendiri, betul-betul syok sendiri because I did not even have apa gitu. I don't know who listens to my music bah sebenarnya nih.
Kali ramai yang birthday girl tu hari pun dengar aja.
And
dia nyanyi sekali lagi sing along.
Shocking. And saya bilang kalau orang yang biasa dengar apa yang saya kasih keluarkan, it's bukan ini.
It's not. It's shocking juga, but hey, I think it worked well, man. I think this is good.
You like?
I like it. I like it.
Something that we feel proud of lah because Sabahan doing English music, English songs.
But I don't think we can. I was able to promote it. Apalah juga, macam it's just like, okay, it's out gitu. I did not do so much on
marketing and promoting.
I wish I could lah.
Talking on that, kau akan buat music video kau?
Ada satu sudah lah.
Okay,
I saw that one.
I did Darkest Night.
Darkest Night.
Only that you want to do ataupun a few more yang kau related ataupun yang
I wanna,
what are you doing with someone's husband tidak?
Itu tidak lah. Itu kita tidak tahu macam mana. Macam
itu kau buat visual sudah kan?
Nanti lain kau punya imajinasi kan beda dia jadi dia punya produk keluar. I don't want that gitu. Okay. So just leave it that way lah kan gitu.
Nanti buat macam yang dulu.
Kau tekan aku siapa gitu kata.
Bodoh.
Anyway, but we're coming to our end of the show. But I would like to ask you the questions of how do you see yourself like macam to stay relevant in the industry and I mean you have done what do you think macam kau pun rasa sudah habis masa kau tapi at least saya sudah pernah buat album, saya DJ, I used to be in the industry and all and what do you see your visions, what are you gonna be like next, what is your plan?
I think well, you know, this is something that I've been wanting to do since I was a little girl tau.
Wow.
And sometimes kan I don't even macam I can't even imagine myself being here today kan doing the things that I love to do. But then at the same time kan the industry that I am in is a struggling scene, see? So dorang tidak tahu dia punya kesusahan
The
untuk
hustle.
sustain as a creative orang yang berada dalam creative industry ni lah. Dia bukan it's not easy, you know, it's not easy. And I think being here for so long sudah, it made me macam orang-orang yang resilient sajalah yang boleh stay. Dan di Sabah ni kalau kita tengok kan penyanyi they are not being seen as an asset. And dan saya bukan bercakap pasal saya saja because we have so many talented young up and coming artists kan, tapi the thing is macam we don't have a platform for them to grow and bloom untuk ajar diorang macam mana mau present themselves
bawa
to the public. Mau
lah.
kasih jadi diorang macam orang yang professional dalam diorang punya dalam benda yang diorang buat lah. So berbalik kepada your question kan macam what do I see myself sekarang begitu katu.
Yeah. What is your plan next after Darkest Night?
Well, I don't have a
specific.
Yeah, I don't have a specific plan, but I'm just trying to. It's not trying. Sekarang ni kan bukan lagi masa saya untuk prove myself lah. I feel so. The things that I do now is benda-benda yang buat saya gembira. Macam the album dia buat saya happy. So if I were to release another local number, Sabah number, it would be something that I am happy to like to do begitu. So saya rasa saya jadi macam aktivis sudahlah. I like to see orang-orang muda dia orang lagi apa tu otak diorang kan lagi terbuka untuk wanna spend to do diorang punya art, especially dalam music. So music ni passion saya and I think saya mau tengok kita punya scene maju. Wow. So I think you know, walaupun kau bilang kan macam Sabah is still very small and memang sangat-sangat small pun because macam until hari ini kau masih perlu pergi di seberang untuk breakthrough dulu, baru orang di sini orang sendiri boleh kenal kan.
Yeah, still now.
But I think macam pelan-pelan lah. Ya, kita perlu ada banyak badan-badan lah juga yang menyokong. Sebab semua benda ni kan perlu duit.
Betul.
So kalau dia keluar, duit keluar untuk buat ni tapi tidak masuk, sama juga tembirang dia kan rasa kau end up kerja lain lagi pula begitu. Ya, so mau jadi artis ni bukan benda yang senang. Bukan sekadar kau jadi popular ataupun viral, so it will change your life overnight. It's not. It requires like hard work, resilience kan.
And money.
And I bet and money. Yeah, so I understand kalau orang yang macam halfway through kan, it's not because they don't wanna do it kan. Pasal it's just penat bah. Penat to actually constantly trying to prove yourself and you still don't get apa
recognitions.
Yeah, in a way recognition dan juga macam kau punya personal lah, macam saya buat ni macam begini juga nih gitu. Dia punya
tidak mendapat support lah kadang-kadang gitu kan.
So tapi kalau umur saya ni yalah, kita ni sudah berumur pula tu kan. So that's no longer the goal. So bila tu album, my English album came out, Darkest Night kan, I put my expectation really low. Sebab because I say memang nobody will layan. Kalau layan pun maybe niche saja, tidak banyak begitu.
Niche.
Yang paham, yang enggak. Itulah saya pergi KL. Bukan pasal apa. I just wanna know. Sebab kan kalau you upload your song on Spotify, ada pada pihak algorithm tu kan.
Yes.
So memang we see macam jumlah listeners di sana banyak. Also NKK also banyak juga. Ada KK macam second. So I said, okay, let's try. We try do in KL. Tapi kita main raduk je lah.
Radak saja.
Yeah. And I didn't even macam tell my friends promote by come mau support my show no. Sebab saya macam I told my sister macam I don't think we should paksa them to come and support because come. I don't want them to feel obliged to okay, datanglah pergi dengarlah 14 lagu ni apa. So when we did it was like zero expectation. I told the guys kan, I mean we managed to get them to also be part of the team kan, and they were so happy lah, and I was so happy sebab dorang join kan. So saya bilang kita have fun saja. That was the goal. Yeah.
I see.
Because dorang ni pun
apparently full house.
Full house
takkan juga lah. Jadi macam yang macam it's like it's surprising lah. To see macam people yang layan kau punya lagu begitu.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Well, we're coming into the end of the episode with Velvet. Banyak cerita yang boleh share sebenarnya.
Bukan part 4 lagi. No.
Kau ni saya bapa budak, dia mama budak. Kau budak-budak. So the industry like this ni memang require sometimes ada sacrifications yang you need to do. So you not to
sacrifice,
say, not to say, not to say to stay relevant, but somebody has to do it lah.
Like this podcast lah.
I'm saying that. I'm saying that lah.
Definitely.
I think we're all doing this because we're passionate.
Correct.
Kalau hilang sudah tu passion dia, pandai lain sudah saya sudah saya menanam bunga. Itu yang passion saya sekarang gitu.
Bukan masak sudah culinary. Anyway, Velvet, thank you very much. Banyak question lain, tapi janganlah banyak soal. Sebab kalau tengok dia punya playlist ni, nantilah kita tanya yang lain kan. But congratulations on your Darkest Night. It was a fine album. We hope you can fly more, probably on the maybe radio English di Semenanjung or something like that.
Pick it up, guys. Come on.
Outside Malaysia, probably we don't know, but we will of course support you whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to my album.
And we will again.
So, thank you so much. And once again, I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to Kubu FM for the place.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sedikit lagi.
Thank you to Johan as well for melanjar penempatan kami di Kota Kinabalu.
Thank you, bro.
And also, thank you to Velvet for coming in.
Thank you for
you
having
so
me.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Ken, you want to say anything?
I just want to say I love your English songs as much as I love your local songs.
Oke nggak grammar saya di dalam?
Ui,
Cigu.
saya mau kasih keluar red pen terus jadi simpan balik terus. It was good. It was good. So keep entertaining us.
Thank you.
Keep us empowered. I mean, you are upholding the identity of our people juga. At the same time, you are pursuing passion and that inspires people. And
Thank you.
keep on doing it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Thanks.
You want to say anything to your fan, or what? Where to follow you, or where to listen to you, or what?
Yeah, you can follow me on my socials. Just type Velvet Adok and also listen to my music on mana-mana online streaming platform lah.
Oh.
Ya, ada banyak jenis lagu.
Ya.
Oh, tidak lock juga lah profile dia.
Tidak, bukan macam kau.
Oh, table turns.
Ya guys, kamu boleh follow dia di mana-mana social media, so di mana online streaming platform yang ada ni, Spotify, macam-macam lah. YouTube pun ada juga, many
Yes,
places
guys.
more yang kamu boleh dengar all over the world. Tak perlu sudah kamu beli CD ke kaset sekarang ni, nak payah rewind pakai pen. Kamu terus boleh dengar di Spotify. So sampai di sini saja guys. It's been a very, I mean, session yang sangat bagus bagi saya.
I love it.
Thank you. Syok mau bercerita sama kamu, okay?
So
Thank you.
nanti kalau kamu ada soalan, kamu boleh DM kami ataupun DM direct pergi tanya-tanya lah pasal tajuk-tajuk lagu dia ataupun lirik-lirik dia, up to we don't know more, so kan boleh tanya terus lah.
Itu saja ditanya, jangan yang lain. Guys. Please lah.
Siapa penyondol jangan tanya.
Ya. Kau dengar tuh lagu dia tuh, dia sudah warning awal tuh.
Baik, podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Naomi Shauki, the celebrity physiotherapist. Beliau akan berada di Sabah selama 2 hari pada Julai nanti, dan untuk bersama-sama dengan kita untuk mengadakan sesi terapi beliau, dan kita akan umum kelak. Ya.
Ya, untuk mengetahui bila dan di mana, follow socials dia, Naim Shauki di seluruh media sosial beliau termasuk TikTok dan Instagram dan juga WhatsApp dia 011154470006. Ulangi sekali lagi 011154470006.
Sampai di sini saja, sampai berjumpa di episode-episode yang akan datang. Saya Ricardo.
Saya Kenning.
Saya Velvet.
Kami dari Kinabalu Podcast, the number one podcast in Sabah. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, bella, ciao.
Hi everyone, I'm Boss James. You are listening to Kinabalu Podcast, number one podcast in Sabah.